Hi, so I'm going to show you how to make the easiest way to make a shirt dress, which is actually quite straightforward and simple. You just have to get a simple or basic shirt block or a bodice block. Anything that's quite plain, nothing, no design feature, extra design features. You can get them on Amazon or eBay. So this will be something that will look like this is a size 8. Australian size 8. I'm a size 6, but I like things a little bit more comfortable, so I always wear at least one size up. And the first thing you would want to do is to trace the block and mark in all the dart and the notches, okay? And then make adjustments to your own measurements. Okay, as you can see, there is a waist dart here on the original block, which you generally take in, but I'm not going to do that because I want a comfortable fit. I don't want any shapes around the waistline. This is going to be a relaxed fit shirt dress, so I do not trace the waistline waist up on this. But we do need the shoulder dart. We do need the shoulder dart here, okay? But we are going to remove it. Okay, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. So first things first, I've measured myself, my basic measurements. I wanted my front length to be 95 centimeters. I'll write it down just in case I forget. And my sleeve length, including cuff, would be 50 centimeters. And I'll decide later how big I want my cuff to be. Okay, so easiest thing to do first is to measure the length. What you will need to do to adjust this. You do need to mark in the seam allowance, okay? Depending on your block, you could get, it could be a 12 mil seam allowance or whatever that's specified on your block. So you need to mark that in on the shoulder and the neckline joint. The neckline will always be at least maximum 6 mil seam allowance, okay? The reason for that, because it is a curved line. If you have too much seam allowance, it will create a pull once you finish stitching. You'll notice that if you do make that mistake. You can leave 10 mil or 12 mil seam allowance around the neckline, but you will need to trim it after you've stitched it. Okay, so we measure from the joint of the seams down for my design length, which is 95 centimeters. Okay, so my paper length is not long enough. What I would usually do is do a bit of patchwork. And add a bit of length to my paper. I like wearing shirt dresses. It's easy, it's comfortable, it's structured, easy, nice to wear at home, nice to wear it out for different occasions. You can always put a belt on if you want to dress it up. So shirt dresses are stable in my wardrobe. Okay, so now that I've added length to my paper and measure again. 95 centimeters, should have enough now. And while I'm at it, I'm going to add actually I won't add my seam allowance yet. Okay, so marking 95. You can't see this. All I did is measure the length and just draw a line across. Okay. Now this is your center front line. Okay, there's no seam allowance there. You want to extend this line, that would be your grain line. When you're cutting fabrics, you follow that grain line so that you can make sure that you are cutting the fabric according to the grain line. So I'm going to mark that in first. That's my grain line. Just going to adjust this, make sure you can see this properly. Is this better? That's better. Okay, a couple of things I want to do. First of all, I want to make this a relaxed fit. I'm going to drop my armhole by 2 centimeters. Okay, and I will also extend it out 2 centimeters. Okay, so 2 centimeters out. I want a slightly bigger size, but not too big. Okay, and I do want my skirt to be a bit fuller. So it's up to you how much you want to make it bigger. But I'm just going to extend it by 5 centimeters outwards there and just draw a straight line down. Very easy. Shirt dresses are very easy. Not much shape to it. Okay, I should change the color of my head so that you can see the changes I've made to the original block. Okay, now once I've done that, I have to reshape the armhole. Okay, there's a couple of things to consider. I'm thinking, should I keep the shoulder width the same as a standard size 8, or should I give it a bit of an extra room? I might just I'm going to keep the shoulder. I'm going to keep the shoulder. My shoulder, you can measure your own shoulder width and alter it accordingly, but I'm quite accurately, my shoulder is around size 8 shoulder measurement, so I'm going to leave that for this dress. And you just need to reshape this. Okay, this one. Okay, so this line here will be your center front, where your buttons will be buttoned up. And I'm going to add a placket, a 2 centimeter placket, but just bear in mind this is your center front. That's where your button goes, and your placket will start. If it's a 2 centimeter placket, you need to mark in a centimeter inside of your center front opening. Okay, and then this would be your placket here. Okay, but it will be double fold on of the placket. So you need another 2 lots of that width. Okay. Okay, this will be a straight line here, across. Okay. Don't forget to. Okay, next thing we're going to do is to we're going to eliminate this dot, the shoulder dot. Obviously, we eliminate a dot. That value has to go somewhere else. So generally, you can move it to the side seam. Okay, so doesn't really matter where the position of that. Okay, so what we'll do now, we'll cut this open right to the tip. You can leave it like a couple of mil so it doesn't fall off later. And then we will cut one side of the dart, following that line. Doesn't really matter which line you're cutting, as long as it's one of them, because you're going to cross it over and close the dart. Okay, you see that? So we have closed that dart and moved it into the side. Okay. Now, I don't want any bust shape, so I'm not going to use the bust that I've created. So I'm going to fill that in with a piece of paper. Pattern making can be a bit of a patchwork, that's for sure. Okay, now we're going to redraw this line. Smooth out this line. Okay. All right, when you add 2 centimeters on one panel, which is only the right hand side of the front panel, you're really adding 2 centimeters front, 2 centimeters back on one side, and the other side another 4 centimeters, and that's 8 centimeters. So if you're not looking for really oversized kind of thing, that's plenty of comfort room. Okay, now I'm going to cut this. don't forget to add your seam allowance for the hem. I'm going to need that. I'll be doing French hemming, so I need about 10 mil or 12 mil. Okay. Okay. Now, I'll cut this first. I'm going to change the shape of my hemline a little bit. I want a round hem, a curved hem, and not a straight hem. So what I'll use is this roller here. Okay, just a little bit of a curve. I'll probably just shorten it by the side by about 8 centimeters. It's not too dramatic. Okay, and shape that in. Okay. I'm going to add pretty happy with that shape, so I'm going to leave that. Take in. Looks like your pattern's gone through the surgical procedure. Okay, now that's pretty much it for the front panel, but I do want a breast pocket, so I'm going to mark that in, and also a side seam pocket. Depending how you like your position, I'm not very tall, so usually like my side pockets roughly around my hip, and this is my hip line. I'm going to make let's say a 16 centimeter opening. Make sure you leave enough opening for your pocket so your hands can fit in quite comfortably. So just need to notch it so you remember when you come to fitting in, sewing on the pockets, you know the position and match it. Okay, now I'm adding a breast pocket only on the left hand side, but I can just mark it in on this pattern, which I'll transfer onto the fabric and mark it on the fabric on the left hand side. Or you can have 2 pockets. Okay, what I want to do going to make my breast pocket 15 centimeters in width. So this point is your bust point. I'm just going to make my pocket based on that point. Okay, I'm just going to make it 5 centimeters. I mean, sorry, 3 centimeters above that point, and I'm just deciding how big I want to make, how long I want to make my breast pocket. I'm just going to make it 16 centimeters in length. Okay. Make sure I got it across. 15. Okay, I'm going to stop here. Front panel is pretty much just finished. Okay. It's very easy. Okay. Building from the basic bodice block. Okay. So all I did was extend out for a placket, lower my armhole by, for me it was 2 centimeters, and then widen it, oversized it by 2 centimeters out, or widen it slightly a bit bigger at the bottom, at the skirt. Okay, and I'm marking my breast pocket position, which I'll cut out a pattern later, and also my breast pocket position. I mean, sorry, my side seam pocket position. Okay, that's it. A couple of very important details we have to remember. One is that the hem, okay, this corner here needs to be reshaped. Okay, the way it's, okay, what you need to do, the corners for corners of the hem, because you're going to join it to the back panel here, there needs to be enough fabrics for you to sew it together, okay? Or if it's too much fabrics here, okay, it might come out, and then you'll need to trim some off. So I'm a bit short here, so I'm just going to add a little bit. And then you turn it around like this and cut it on the line there. Okay, so that will look like that. So your corner here will look like this. That's going to be the exact amount of fabric you're going to need for joining the pieces together when you're stitching it together later. And another point is your placket. If you made it the extension and it's a straight line to a curved line, so most likely you're going to need extra fabrics here. So same theory, you fold it as you would sew, how you would sew it together. Okay. So the way you stitch a placket, you will, oh, I've ripped it by accident, okay. And then another fold. That's exactly how you're going to be stitching it together. Okay. At the back, it looks like this. On the front, that's where your buttons and buttonholes go. Actually, I don't need to trim anything. I don't need to do anything. It's actually exactly as it should be. It's straight. So I can leave that and I'll rip it, the tape over it. Okay, that's today for the front panel, and next video we'll do the back panel, and then there will be a panel for sleeves and plackets and as well as your collar for the shape.